Broncos Country, what's going on, man? Let's talk about it. Let's vent together. Broncos lose their week one game in Seattle, 26-20. In a weird way, it wasn't that close, but in a weird way, we also almost had a chance at the end to potentially have a drive that could have given us the win. But let's talk about it, guys. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. I'm curious with all that. And smash that subscribe button, man. It'll help me out. It'll help out the channel. We can have a lot more of these post-game discussions together. But it was frustrating. It was frustrating for sure. But there's definitely no reason to be pessimistic. No reason to lose hope in terms of a game like this. The Broncos, they came out. They started fast. They deferred for the second half. Defense came out, got a sack on the first play, got another pressure on Geno Smith that ended up leading to an Alex Singleton sack, set the Broncos up in wonderful field position. They get a 9-yard run off the bat. They give the second down attempt to Javonte again. He slips. He ends up going down. We face 3rd and 1. And then, after 3rd and 1, they end up, not converting, and they settle for the field goal, and we go up 3-0. And then, the defense holds again. Defense plays well again. They end up getting a stop. They ended up, giving the Broncos back to the ball to the offense, and we ended up not being able to do anything with it there. And then, we end up getting a couple safeties. We ended up, it was crazy. It was a really crazy thing. We ended up getting a couple safeties. We ended up getting another short field that leads to a field goal at the end right before the half. We go into the half up 13-9, sorry. And really from then we weren't able to ever get into a rhythm. It seemed like the drives, we would always be behind the chains. We wouldn't really be able to put ourselves in positions where we could get any kind of momentum going, whether it was, just the lack of a run game, or in addition to that, it ended up really just being some sort of a lack of being able to hit on big plays. We had some receivers drop the ball, like little Jordan Humphrey. And it was just frustrating. It was frustrating at that point. And then the lack of the second half adjustments was really frustrating to me as well. Because, when you look at the box score, you would think, oh, the Broncos, they ran the ball decent. They had 4 yards to carry. They had 99 yards on 25 attempts. But 35 of those were from your quarterback. And we couldn't get any kind of a flow going with a specific running back. Javonte Williams only had 8 carries. Jaleel had 10, but he only averaged 2.7. Estimate, was mixed in. And it was like, why are we just going away from the run game? I felt like we got away from it way too early. You cannot expect to go on the road against a very, very, very good Seattle defense. Mike McDonald's got that defense balling in those corners, and throw the ball 42 times and expect to win that game. It's not going to happen. Bo Nix, on the other hand, he did struggle. He talked about it a little bit in the post game, right? He talked about how it was going to be a little bit of it was a little bit quicker for him. It was a little bit different. He was missing on some throws, especially early. But he looked like a rookie. But the way that you help your rookie quarterback out is by running the ball well and playing good defense. And I felt overall we played defense really well. But my God, did we not run the ball well at all. We didn't stick with it, and I was frustrated with that. And I think it goes back to a lot of videos that I made in the past about my concern with this running back room, right? I like what Jaleel can bring to the table. I like what Javonte used to be, but at the end of the day, it's not a good enough room. It's not a room that has enough talent. We need to find ourselves a bona fide running back that we can, expect can run the ball out of the backfield efficiently, can catch the ball, can be good in pass pro. We can't just keep mixing all of this around. And I think that's what was a big frustration about the game overall. Additionally, we won the turnover battle. Well, I guess we ended up not, because we got a couple of interceptions at the end, but ultimately, I felt like we especially early on, we protected the ball well enough. We played the field position battle. We did a lot of things that I felt like, man, this looks like it's a really well coached team. We didn't get a lot of penalties. But then it seemed like things kind of started to get away from us a little bit, and recovering was really, really tough. Um, Another thing again, and like I said, guys, I think Seattle's got a really good defense. I think they're going to prove that as the year progresses, and I think they have the best cornerback tandem in the NFL. Those corners are really, really good, and when you can't run the ball, they are going to dare you to throw the ball, especially when you don't have dynamic pass catchers like the Broncos don't have. Um, I think today was proof to me that Sutton just he's not him. He can't he consistently does not create separation. In fact, I felt like Devon Bailey did a better job of creating separation today. Josh Reynolds did a better job of creating separation. Anytime you felt like the ball was being thrown to Sutton, and yes, granted, Bo Nix did miss a few throws to him. He wasn't really open. He wasn't really creating a lot of separation, and he wouldn't have really been able to get past the sticks a lot more. In addition to that, I felt like uh, Sutton didn't do a good job of fighting through a lot of the hand fighting. Right, there was one that was a questionable call. It definitely could have been some sort of a penalty, but it's a 50-50. You can't rely on the refs. You've got to fight through that. You are 4 inches taller than this man. You are significantly, you have about 30, 40 pounds on him. You've got to play a lot more physical. And that's something that I've seen from him so much in the past as well, as he seems to really not be able to fight through a lot of those catches and be able to make plays to get things going. So, there was a lot of frustrations when it came to the way that Cortland Sutton played, in my opinion, the way these running backs played. I felt like overall the offensive line held up decently, and in the second half they started to kind of give Bo a little bit of pressure. But overall, man, it was a frustrating day to say the least. Have I lost all hope? Absolutely not. This is a young team, guys. I predicted them to lose. I predicted them to lose 24-21, ended up being 26-20. So I predicted them to not necessarily win this game and for things to be difficult at times. But overall, I don't want to give up hope. It's one game of 17. And the most important thing that you want to see from the team this year is progression, is development, and there is a lot more that we need to get going on the rest of the year, and that is for sure. So I'd like to see a lot more of that moving forward. I think we need to be better running the ball. I think we need to get better getting the ball into skill position guys that can actually make plays. The fact that Marvin Mims, you know, finished the game today with no catches and no targets, actually one target by technicality, is mind blowing to me. Mind blowing. Especially in a game like this where, okay, you got Reynolds occupying one corner, you've got um, Sutton occupying another cornerback. Devon Bailey was able to get 8 catches because he was, maybe going up against a safety or the third cornerback or a linebacker, whatever it was. Why aren't you getting Marvin Mims those opportunities? And if I was him, I'd be really pissed. I'd be really, really frustrated. So get the ball into the hands of your playmakers for sure. Um, Anyways, guys, a lot more breakdown coming down, a lot more videos. I gotta, go back, watch the game, uh, you know, take some more notes, add some more to the notes that I had taken, and just like the Broncos, man, we'll be right back at it again, and we'll break down Pittsburgh, who I feel a little bit more optimistic about. At least that's at home, and hopefully we can turn the tide. Till next time, guys. Spend time with those people you love the most. Smile, high salute, and we'll talk to you on the flip side. Peace out. Go Broncos.